Welcome to Tech Blueprint, a window that lets you know the latest technology news in the world. On the chessboard of international economic and technological competition, the chip licensing order, recently launched by the United States, is like a heavyweight chess piece, trying to use it to counter China's rare earth licensing order. However, this seemingly tit-for-tat contest is actually a game of serious imbalance of power. In this game, the United States has fallen into the quagmire of strategic misjudgment from the beginning. Foreign media have also said, the United States has once again played a big trick and launched the chip licensing order. The introduction of the U.S. chip licensing order is a direct reflection of its anxiety about the rise of Chinese technology. The U.S. Department of Commerce notified Samsung, Hynix, and TSMC's factories in mainland China to cancel their authorization exemptions for using U.S. semiconductor technology in the mainland, intending to curb the development of China's chip industry by restricting the flow of chip technology into China. This move seems tough, but in fact it exposes the guilt and helplessness of the United States in the technological competition. The United States tried to use chip technology as a weapon to carry out precise strikes against China, but ignored its own fatal shortcomings in the field of rare earths. China's rare earth advantage is the most solid trump card in this game. China's rare earth industry not only has rich reserves of resources, but more importantly, it has a complete industrial chain. From mining, purification to processing, the core technology is all in its own hands, and the production capacity is huge, which can meet the global demand for rare earths. In sharp contrast, although the United States has rare earth mines, it lacks a complete processing system, and more than 90% of its imported rare earths come from China. Behind this data is the United States' deep dependence on China in the field of rare earths. U.S. Defense Intelligence information shows that more than 1,900 key minerals of U.S. weapon systems are highly dependent on China's rare earth supply. Advanced weapons such as F-47 fighters and F-35 fighters are like cooking without rice without rare earths. The rare earth inventory of the U.S. Pentagon is only enough for half a year. Some SUV production lines of Ford Motor have even stopped production due to rare earth shortages. Semi-finished parts have to be shipped to China to install rare earth magnets, and then shipped back, and the cost has soared to 3 times. In this situation, the United States' attempt to use the chip license order to balance the impact of the rare earth license order is undoubtedly a pipe dream. From the perspective of the impact on the industry, the U.S. chip license order also faces many difficulties. The chip industry is a product of globalization. The United States tried to influence China by restricting the export of chip technology, but it had to consider the impact on its allies. China's chip factories are an important source of income for companies such as TSMC and Samsung. Samsung's factory in Lebanon, China is its largest overseas memory chip production base, accounting for more than 1/3 of the company's total output, and its operating profit in 2024 was as high as 1.2 trillion won. TSMC's new factory in Arizona, the United States, is losing money, while the Nanjing factory in the mainland is profitable. This move by the United States not only harms the interests of allied companies, but may also cause dissatisfaction and resistance from allies. South Korea's Samsung has put pressure on the new team to communicate with the United States to lift the order, which fully demonstrates that the U.S. chip license order has also encountered resistance within the allies. On the other hand, China is gradually making breakthroughs in the chip field. In recent years, China has increased its investment and R&D efforts in the chip industry and has achieved a series of important results. Although there is still a certain gap between China's chip industry and the United States, the development momentum is rapid. With the continuous advancement of technology and the gradual improvement of the industrial chain, China's dependence on external chip technology will gradually decrease. However, the United States faces severe challenges in military, industrial, and other fields due to the shortage of rare earths. This situation of one rising and the other falling makes the U.S. chip license order increasingly short-sighted and powerless in terms of strategy. The United States' attempt to counter China's rare earth license order with a chip license order is a typical desperate act. In this game, the United States overestimated the advantages of its own chip technology, underestimated the influence of China's rare earth industry, and ignored the complexity and interdependence of the global industrial chain. The United States has once again launched a chip license order, but China has taken the initiative strategically with its rare earth advantage, while the United States has fallen into a dilemma. In the future, with China's continuous breakthroughs in key technology fields such as chips, the United States' approach of dealing with competition with unilateralism and hegemonic thinking will inevitably encounter greater setbacks. International competition should follow the principles of fairness, justice, mutual benefit, and win-win. If the United States continues to be stubborn, it will pay a heavier price in this unbalanced game.